Good afternoon and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today, we're going to be discussing Trashmaster, talking about his vehicle mode, and I have him kind of in his crazy, awesome T-Rex Trashosaurus mode that I came up with. I kind of liked it. I thought it was neat. Just a little. He's just a little machine that eats trash. Yeah. Chomp, 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 chomp. Okay. So today on More Than ATI, we're going to discuss this guy and talk about pros and cons of vehicle mode and this weird mode that I made. But we'll get him back to vehicle mode in a bit. I just wanted to talk about this one first. Yeah, because this one's neat. So this one, he doesn't really have much articulation. His hands on either side are just those extra pieces for vehicle mode, and they can move up and down. That's kind of it. So let's disintegrate him. It was just a fun little thing I wanted to showcase. He's got his feetsies down here. It's awesome. He's a cool guy. So let's put him over here and set that over there. And then we're going to pull this up. There we go. So we can remove that piece. And then we're going to take off the two front wheel sections from his rear. We're going to go ahead and attach those guys together. And I feel like I'm failing at kindergarten trying to attach these together. All right, now we're just going to flip everything around and make him back into his garbage truck mode. This is actually a very simple mode to change around. That's why I just decided to start the video with it, because it's pretty easy. And this is a pretty fun figure. He's got a lot of options. I just don't know why you can't take the arms off. I think that's weird for this entire set. Am I putting this on wrong? No, I'm putting it on right. He just doesn't want to slip into the holes. Come on, there it goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and snap you into place there, the front. Make sure you are steady, and you're not. Will you not mess with me today, Trashmaster? Thank you. Good grief. Trashmaster always trying to give me attitude. All right. Connect those pieces together there. And now let's make sure that this top and bottom are connected very well. Make sure those skirts on the sides are connected there. And then squeeze down there. All right. Now this guy is kind of a parts former, so we of course have to attach the rest of the stuff that makes him into a garbage truck, which is this panel here. And it goes into his fisticuffs. Somehow, come on, fisticuffs. Come on, fisticuffs. Hold on to your chompers. There we go. Nice. There it goes. Snap it into place. Put those pieces down. Just like so. Hey now. Something's up. Something ain't right. Alright. For some reason, this top piece ain't doing the thing it's supposed to do. Pull these pieces up. Snap that down further. There we go. Ah, that was a good snap. Okay. Now we can get these guys to attach. Bottoms and fronts. Okay. It's very interesting, this guy. Ah, it goes. Okay, cool. Finally it attached, I think. Yeah. All right. This guy's pretty interesting in that he's very, very, very similar to how the Siege Ironhide transformed from in vehicle mode by putting the arms and the legs on top of each other, and then the front of the body goes out to the front of the the truck mode. Yeah, it's very similar here. And I just wish those points that you can attach these things on either side of that front wheel actually held these pieces. That's so annoying that they specifically designed these things to be smaller than the pin, to be smaller than siege pegs. And they put these tiny little pins above each of the front wheels, and there's only one above each of the front wheels, and it's supposed to be the right size to fit this hole. But they just made the hole too big, just slightly too big. And it's just slightly annoying. Because if you do it right, it's supposed to, one arm is supposed to hang out over here on this side, and then the other arm is supposed to, there it goes, it's supposed to be like that, and then the other one is supposed to come over here, and we're just going to set that in. So I'm going to show you what they're supposed to look like but then understand that it isn't going to be like that at all. So it's supposed to come over here, and there it goes. All right, so that's the way it's supposed to look. You got these things on either side, or you could have had them up here just hanging out, but they don't stay. They don't stay at all, and that is a flaw. That is a flaw in this toy, and that is a shame because it would have been really cool. So then they didn't even give you the decency of attaching any siege ports nearby other than that little pin, or you can put it on the wheels. So we're just going to put these front ones on the wheels. I think it looks stupid, but you know what? For this video, we're going to do it the way it's supposed to do. There we go. They're on the wheels because that sucks, but that's the biggest negative I have for him is these two weird grabber pieces. They should have been better at that. I don't understand why they didn't just give us a siege peg. The technology is there, Hasbro engineers. I know you were trying to do something unique, something special, but you've given us a garbage truck. Isn't that unique and special enough? I mean, it's just an upsized Ironhide from Siege, but it's still a unique vehicle that you've never had before that I know of. And you go and screw up the stupid things that all garbage trucks have at the front of them. And you screwed it up by just not giving us a siege peg. You gave us this stupid tiny little siege peg thing that isn't even... Cream. All right, you're right, Cream. I'm getting a little upset about that. So we'll move on, according to Cream. He doesn't want me talking about that anymore. Let's talk about other things. All right. Hi, Cream. Yeah. Lick my tip of my nose. Just the tip. So, let's do other feature. This features that this guy has is the chomper at his rear can open up, so you know you can throw some trash in there or something like Cream. Cream, what are you doing? I got your sleeping spot over there. You're going to destroy something today, aren't you? You're just out to do it. Okay, so let's grab this piece here, this gun. We can kind of shove it in there. I don't think it works out too well, but you know, it's a trash guy, right? So you got to have trash. So let's just turn this guy into some trash. I know how to do that easiest. Let's just rip off the gun chunk. Oh, look at that. It's a piece of trash. There we go. There. Now he's holding trash in him. And I think that's kind of neat. So, you know, any of your figures that you can just disassemble, you can make into trash for your Junkions. I think that's a pretty good idea to do with them. Let's put this gun back together. There we go. Second. Cream, what are you doing? What are you doing, Cream? That was the Sentinel. You took down my light guy, and you moved my light. Cream. Cats, man. All right. So this is the garbage truck. It's pretty cool. Now let's talk about some size comparisons to give you an idea of what's going on with this thing. And who's this guy? Oh, this is Sideswipe. What are you doing over here? I thought you were somewhere else. So let's bring in my pal Cliff Jumper, if Cream hasn't put him somewhere where he doesn't belong by batting him around. And he's no longer in. Oh, there he is. Okay, cool. So here's Cliff Jumper. Good old Cliff Jumper. Let's take a look at Cliff Jumper in the size comparison. Now we're going to put Cliff Jumper all the way to the rear bumper. We're not going to count the bits of this guy that go over the bumper. We're just going to talk about the rear bumper. So there we go. Cliff Jumper goes from the rear bumper all the way to the front, or the rear of the front wheel. Cliff Jumper is also, you can also actually rest Cliff Jumper on top of the garbage truck if you want. He sits up there quite nicely. And a little comparison of their widths. The garbage truck is totally wider than Cliff Jumper, but that's normal. That's normal. Now let's go ahead and compare Trashmaster's garbage truck mode to a few of the Junkions we have gotten so far. We have all sorts of Junkions, but before we get into describing his comparison with Junkions, I have a correction I need to make on Crash Bar here. So, when we did Crash Bar's video, I called him Crossbar because nobody was saying They may have been saying crash bar, but I was hearing crossbar, and my audio description was calling it crossbar, and I got confused. So that was my mistake. And whenever I yelled about this figure, I was pretty upset that this motorcycle didn't come with any handles. And I just set it back to where it was when I talked about it on the video, and I'm like, why aren't there any handles here? What is up with this? And this stupid front, I get it. There's that little peg there to act as a headlight or something, but there were no handles, and it was driving me mad. And then I'm fiddling with it the other day, trying to figure out how to make the giant trash monster robot. And I found out that on the bottom of his foot, which the headlight section that we talked about is actually the bottom of his foot, um, but towards where it connects, right above the wheel, you can actually separate it into two pieces that flower out from each side. They just fold out on each side, and then this entire wheel, this entire foot area, gets shifted. You rotate it 180 degrees, or not even 180 degrees. So it's there, and in its like foot mode that we talked about, and then all you do is pick it up and you push it all the way down and around, and then this weird feeling thing that was on the back of his foot or actually like the front of his foot, is actually a headlight, and then these two bits that you folded out from either side are the handles. Man, I felt kind of dumb when I figured this out. I was like, whoa, wow, that's actually kind of cool. And also, why didn't I figure that out? So that's how you do it. That's the correction on Crash Bar. I'm an idiot. I didn't transform him correctly. So there you go. All right, since I was holding Crash Bar, let's go ahead and compare Crash Bar to the Trashmaster. Here we go. Crash Bar goes from the rear all the way to the front. Crash Bar is much thinner though, but you can, if you put his wheel inside of that area in the middle, you can put Crash Bar on top. That's kind of neat. And that's kind of, Crash Bar and Trashmaster together, I think are pretty good. Now, here is toe line. No, this is axle grease. I think I may have mixed up the centers. Let me know in the comments. Are these guys' centers mixed up? Because I was playing with them, and I think they are, but I'm not sure. So this axle grease can fit on top of Trashmaster there. The wheels hang out from either side. Definitely not a good fit. Axle grease and Trashmaster are... Trashmaster's longer than axle grease, and axle grease is of course my favorite. You got the hitch guy, the tow truck one that came out in the main line, which for some reason I'm always drawing a blank on this stupid tow truck's name. Really weird. I keep wanting to call him Maynard. I wish they had called him Maynard. So let's see. Compare with Maynard here. Just what I'm going to call him. Yeah, Maynard is about, it's the same length as axle grease, so there you go. And those two look pretty good next to each other, but I seriously think I screwed up their middles. Let me know, are the middles of these two guys switched? Because I think they are. Okay, but Trashmaster here, excellent addition to your Transformers. He's got some great details on him. And in vehicle mode, let's finish it out by counting siege pegs first. 1. There we go. Siege pegs. Well, actually, if you count the two things on his front, there's 2 and 3. So 3 siege pegs counting the accessories. Now let's talk about ports. 1, 2, counting the accessories. 3, 4, counting those wheels. 5, 6, 7, 8, counting the other wheels. Then you have 2 on the top, so that's 9, 10. Field down, no siege pegs, no siege pegs, no siege ports, no siege ports. You lift up here, you got 2 in there that you can hide stuff in. So we were at, that's 4, so we were at 8, 9, 10. Now we're at 11 and 12. And then we come over here to the side of the vehicle mode, and we have 13, 14, because, we're just mirroring it. 15, 16. As 15, 16, and then there was another one. 17, 18, and I covered up 19, 20. I didn't cover that one. So there we go. 20 siege ports for Trashmaster. excellent, excellent addition to the Junkion crew, and also it's a very fun action figure. I still love the fact that it's a garbage truck. I've really, a garbage truck was one of those vehicles that I'm just like, they need it in Transformers. Nobody looks at garbage trucks. They're the perfect thing to disguise yourself as because no one's going to pay attention. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Tomorrow we're going to be covering more building Braille, so please tune in then. And until then, I hope you're having a wonderful day. And news-wise, when I know more about Deathsaurus, I will, I'll bring it up on this channel. At the moment, when it comes to Deathsaurus, for the HasLab, I have heard that they're actually going to be shipping him in 2 separate boxes per figure. So I ordered 2 Deathsauruses. I will be expecting 4 boxes, I guess. Good grief. But during that Hasbro PulseCon, they were kind enough to let us know that the Deathsaurus as final engineering prototype went through okay, and they are currently making them. So isn't that cool? They're being made as we speak, and they are going to be shipped out shortly. That's good to know, and I really appreciate that the Transformers HasLab team has been so transparent with us. They've been telling us things, and they've been going a little more in depth than the G.I. Joe Classified team. The G.I. Joe Classified team apparently has decided that the best defense to ensure that people just don't know what the hell's going on is obscurity. They're keeping it cloudy. They're not letting you figure out what's going on with the HisTank HasLab. We haven't gotten anything on the figures that are supposed to come with HisTank HasLab, and I'm still questioning, are those figures even going to be worth it? What happened to those figures? What went wrong? Because there's just no way you miss out on this many conventions by forgetting those figures unless something was terribly wrong with them. Thank you for watching today's video, and tune in next Pride. Bye-bye for now.